His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a cable of thanks to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa in response to His Royal Highness's cable of congratulations on the occasion of McLaren winning the Formula One World Constructors Championship for the first time in 26 years and first place in the Etihad Airways Formula One Grand Prix with the Formula One World Championship. His Majesty expressed thanks and appreciation for His Royal Highness's congratulations on this global achievement, which adds to the Kingdom's series of honorable international sporting achievements, especially in Formula One racing. His Majesty praised the support and follow-up of His Royal Highness, which resulted in the realization of many achievements in the sports fields. His Majesty praised the efforts exerted by the McLaren team and continuing to achieve such distinguished successes that consolidate the Kingdom's position and leadership on the global sports map, wishing them all success in raising the status of the Kingdom in upcoming tournaments and races. His Majesty praised the Kingdom's recent victories in various games and sports, most notably the victory of the world champion His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa in the World Endurance Championship in France, and the national team's victory in many championships and medals in weightlifting, swimming, fencing, mixed martial arts, badminton, squash, athletics, electronic games, the Olympic Games held in France, and other championships at the Arab regional and international levels. His Majesty emphasized that the achievements and successes in all fields, especially sports, confirm that Bahrain has the experience, capabilities, readiness, and dedicated youth that qualify it to always be at the forefront of achievements and excellence. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa and the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Chairman of Abu Dhabi Executive Council His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan witnessed the signing of a strategic partnership agreement between Saïvan Holdings LLC and Bahrain Mumtalakat Holding Company. Under this agreement, Saïvan will acquire McLaren's automotive business and a non-controlling stake in McLaren's racing business. Completion of the transaction remains subject to customary closing conditions and obtaining regulatory approvals. The acquisition follows an announcement of a potential partnership between Mumtalakat and Saïvan in October of this year. Through this acquisition, Saïvan is set to empower McLaren to reach its full potential via access to engineering and design capabilities, leading-edge technologies, and experienced leadership to propel McLaren's trajectory. Commenting on the announcements, the chairman of Saïvan, Jassim Mohammed Zaabi, said that this acquisition marks a defining moment in Saïvan's vision to build a leading and globally connected mobility platform and underscores Abu Dhabi's growing roles as a global center of excellence for innovation and advanced mobility. The Minister of Finance and National Economy and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Mumtalakat, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, emphasized that this agreement marks a pivotal moment in Mumtalakat's strategic vision for the transformation of McLaren Group, which has included its recent reorganization that opened doors for new strategic avenues and partnership opportunities. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa witnessed McLaren winning the Formula One World Constructors Championship for the first time in 26 years following their victory at the Formula One Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2024 held at Yas Marina Circuit in the UAE. His Royal Highness congratulated His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa on this occasion, highlighting McLaren's distinguished achievement. He affirmed that Bahrain's achievements in international competitions are a testament of His Majesty's support for the Kingdom's sports sector, serving as a source of inspiration and motivation. He extended his congratulations to the President of the UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and the Vice President, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of the Presidential Court of the UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, on the successful hosting of the race. His Royal Highness wished the UAE and the organizers continued success in hosting future Formula One races. He congratulated the Minister of Finance and National Economy and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Mumtalakat, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and its Board of Directors and Executive Members on McLaren's victory. He commended Mumtalakat's efforts and commitment to developing investments in Bahrain, which has supported economic diversification and the Kingdom's comprehensive development goals. His Royal Highness noted that GCC countries have emerged as leaders in hosting international races thanks to the world-class infrastructure and capabilities that have distinguished them as destinations for international championships and races. He highlighted the continued successes of the UAE in hosting Formula One Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, reflecting on the broader achievements of the region in organizing Formula One races. Prior to the start of the race, His Royal Highness was given a tour of the Yas Marina circuit, during which His Royal Highness was briefed on the final preparations being made for the race. At the circuit, His Royal Highness met a number of senior officials. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa congratulated the Minister of Finance and National Economy and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Mumtalakat Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa on the occasion of McLaren winning the Formula One World Constructors Championship and securing first place at the Formula One Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2024 held at Yas Marina Circuit in the UAE. This marks McLaren's first Formula One World Constructors Championship win in 26 years. His Royal Highness commended Mumtalakat's dedicated efforts in advancing its investments, which has contributed to diversifying Bahrain's economic base and advancing the kingdom's comprehensive development under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. He highlighted the commitment to developing the kingdom's investment environment and ensuring it attracts investors in various fields, especially sports. His Royal Highness affirmed the significant impact of the motorsport sector as a strategic investment driving Bahrain's economic development, creating unique opportunities that align with the kingdom's aspirations. Under the leadership of His Majesty the King and with the support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, the Kingdom of Bahrain continues to consolidate its position in the world of motorsport through McLaren, a subsidiary of Mumtalakat. Bahrain and McLaren share a common vision based on innovation, high performance and a commitment to the development of global motorsport. More in this report.
At the Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi, McLaren Bahrain celebrated a remarkable victory by clinching the Constructors' Championship at the Etihad Airways Formula One Grand Prix. This achievement marks a significant milestone for McLaren, as it is their first title in 26 years. The success not only highlights the team's skills and dedication, but also puts the Kingdom of Bahrain in the spotlight on international sporting platforms. The victory was made possible through the collective effort of unwavering support of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister has always emphasized that the McLaren team embodies Bahrain's vision to foster innovation and promote sports as a key element of economic and cultural development. This championship win confirms Bahrain's status as a leading center for sports and economic growth, and adds to the kingdom's impressive record in global sports and showcases the pursuit of excellence within the McLaren team.
A number of facilities in Manama have been decorated in McLaren colors to mark the team's first Formula One World Constructors' Championship win in 26 years and first place in the Etihad Airways Formula One Grand Prix of the Formula One Championship. The Deputy Prime Minister Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Qutbiyya Palace. The cabinet extended its congratulations to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa on the occasion of the Kingdom of Bahrain's celebration of its national days, commemorating the founding of Bahrain as a modern Arab and Muslim state in 1783 by Ahmed al-Fatih and the anniversary of His Majesty's accession to the throne. The cabinet also congratulated Bahrainis on this national occasion, emphasizing that Bahrain celebrates its national days amid Team Bahrain's achievements under the directives and visions of His Majesty the King. In this regard, the cabinet extended its thanks to all institutions and companies that participated in the Celebrate Bahrain season. On the occasion of the commemoration day, the cabinet recalled with pride the sacrifices made by the fallen servicemen to safeguard the kingdom's sovereignty and ensure its security. The cabinet also wished the kingdom further progress and prosperity. The cabinet extended its congratulations to His Majesty and His Royal Highness on the occasion of McLaren winning the Formula One World Constructors' Championship for the first time in 26 years, following their victory at the Formula One Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2024. It affirmed that this constituted a significant achievement for Bahrain, elevating its standing in sports to an international level. The cabinet extended its congratulations to His Majesty and His Royal Highness on the occasion of the BDF receiving first place in the first GCC Military Shooting Championship, commending the military sports accomplishment. The cabinet further extended its congratulations to His Majesty and His Royal Highness on the success of the Manama Dialogue 2024, stressing its importance in fostering a shared understanding internationally and promoting global peace and security. The cabinet affirmed the long-standing relations between Bahrain and the UAE, highlighting a shared commitment to furthering the Bahrain-UAE partnership under the leadership of His Majesty the King and the President of the UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The cabinet noted the importance of His Royal Highness's visit to the UAE and participation in several national events on the occasion of the 53rd anniversary of the UAE's Eid al-Ittihad, reflecting the strength of the bilateral relations. The Cabinet commended the excellent organization of Ironman 70.3 Middle East Championship Bahrain 2024 held under the patronage of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, noting the efforts of the representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs and Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, in enhancing the Kingdom international sports position. On the occasion of Bahrain Police Day, the Cabinet thanked the Ministry of Interior's personnel for their vital role in promoting security and preserving national accomplishments. The Cabinet commended the ministries which have implemented the recommendations of the National Audit Office's reports. It also directed relevant government entities with observations and feedback in the NAO Annual Report for 2023-2024 to implement the recommendations. It noted the NAO's role in fostering cooperation with government agencies to achieve the Kingdom's aspirations. The Cabinet then approved the following. A memorandum submitted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs regarding the strategic partnership framework for sustainable development between Bahrain and the UN for the years 2025 to 2029. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding a proposal to add a new commercial activity concerning consulting services. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding a draft decree to amend several provisions and establish the National Space Science Agency. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding a draft resolution amending the table attached to the resolution on the services provided by the General Directorate of Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on the MOU between public hospitals and the Egypt Healthcare Authority. And a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture regarding the acquisition of several properties for public benefit and urban development. The Cabinet then noted the following ministerial reports. The outcomes of the visit to the Defence and National Rehabilitation Centre in the UK. The outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the annual retreat of the Human Rights Council. The Kingdom's participation in the Cairo Ministerial Conference to enhance the humanitarian response in Gaza. Bahrain's participation in the Zakat, Tax and Customs Conference. Bahrain's participation in the 16th session of the Conference of the Parties to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification and the One Water Summit. The Kingdom's participation in the 15th session of the Arab Ministerial Council for Electricity and the 39th meeting of the Executive Office of the Arab Ministerial Council for Electricity. And the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the CII Partnership Summit 2024. The Speaker of the Representatives Council, Ahmed Lemsalem, inaugurated the opening session of the meeting of the Standing Committee on Economy and Sustainable Development of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly, the APA, with the participation of 77 participants from 18 APA member states. The opening was attended by the Shura Chairman, Ali Saleh. The meeting discussed pressing economic and development issues in addition to identifying future priorities and developing a comprehensive strategic vision that contributes to achieving stability and prosperity for all. Bahrain has proven through parliamentary diplomacy in all regional and international forums its ability to be a bridge of communication between peoples and an effective tool to promote peace and development, thanks to the continuous support and attention of His Majesty the King.
I am delighted to join the Standing Committee on Economic and Sustainable Development of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly in this beautiful city in Manama, capital city of Kingdom of Bahrain. It was an honor for me to deliver a speech in my capacity, head of the delegation of Azerbaijan, as a representative of the term president of the APA, and more than 60% of the world population are living in the Asian country. Our countries have a big potential in different spheres, and we can cooperate more closely. And Bahrain provided an excellent platform for the discussion among the member countries.
An agreement to manage and operate several commercial sites serving the residents of East Head was signed during a ceremony attended by the Speaker of the Representatives Council, Ahmed Lemsalem. The Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture, Engineer Wa'il Mubarak, and several officials were also present. The Speaker praised the efforts of the Ministry of Housing and the Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and other relevant entities in ensuring essential services and facilities in housing projects, including places of worship, healthcare, education, security, commercial and sports facilities to meet the needs of residents and visitors of housing cities. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Rashid Al-Zayani, praised the success of the Manama Dialogue 2024 as a global diplomatic platform that strengthened Bahrain's leadership as an active partner in consolidating regional and international peace and security under the vision of His Majesty the King, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Prime Minister. He expressed appreciation for the constructive cooperation with the International Institute for Strategic Studies and the partnership with national institutions in organizing the Manama Dialogue in order to build a more secure, peaceful and prosperous world. Dr. Zayani expressed pride in the event coincides with the Silver Jubilee of His Majesty's accession to the throne, the presidency of the 33rd Arab Summit, Bahrain Summit, and His Majesty's pioneering initiatives on calling for an international conference for peace in the Middle East. He praised the kingdom's support for diplomacy and dialogue and ending wars and settling conflicts, containing escalation and regional military tension, and its support for the security of Syria. He praised the diplomatic vision of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, which emphasized the kingdom's keenness to enhance international cooperation in reaching peaceful and sustainable solutions to various challenges. The minister expressed pride in the outcomes of the Manama Dialogue, through which Bahrain strengthened its international partnerships and strategic alliances by signing the protocol of the UK's accession to the CICIBA agreement, which enhances security and defense integration in the face of external threats. Dr. Zayani emphasized Bahrain's continued efforts and diplomatic initiatives and its firm commitment to strengthening international cooperation based on the principles of dialogue, peaceful coexistence, respect for the rules of international law, and support for sustainable development goals. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Rashid Al-Zayani, stressed the importance of strategic cooperation between partners both globally and from the Middle East to enhance security and prosperity for the region in the face of numerous challenges and conflicts in the concluding plenary session of the Manama Dialogue. He stated that strategic cooperation in the Arab world has manifested in various forms, including the establishment of the Arab League in 1945 and the GCC more than 40 years ago. The minister explained that Arab countries have recently engaged constructively with partners and international agencies such as the UN to address key regional issues through major initiatives. The minister also referred to the CICIBA between Bahrain and the US, highlighting the crucial role of economic integration and collective security in enhancing shared prosperity. He underscored that Arab countries are not solely focused on regional cooperation but are actively working to position the Middle East within a broader global context. The minister stressed that engaging Arab countries in reaching a permanent solution to the Palestinian cause is of utmost importance. He also called for taking advantage of the vast potential for strategic cooperation across the region, both geographically and in terms of the issues at hand. He underscored that the UN could enhance cooperation with regional bodies not only to promote international peace but also to pursue common goals. He suggested the possibility of holding an annual coordination meeting with regional organizations under the auspices of the UN Secretary General, which would facilitate this cooperation. He mentioned that Bahrain and the US invited the UK to join the agreement, recognizing the UK's long-standing commitment to promoting these goals in the Middle East and beyond. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Rashid Al-Zayani, met with the Shadow Secretary of State for Foreign Commonwealth and Development Affairs of the UK, the Right Honourable Priti Patel, who is on a visit to the Kingdom to participate in the Manama Dialogue 2024. They discussed the strong historical ties between Bahrain and the UK, noting the ongoing growth of these relations. Both sides expressed their commitment to further strengthening and expanding bilateral cooperation with the aim of bringing greater benefits to both countries and their peoples. They also exchanged views on the latest political and security development in the region and their implications on regional stability and security. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Rashid Al-Zayani, met with Australia's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Tim Watts, who is visiting Bahrain to participate in the Manama Dialogue 2024. The two officials discussed the strong ties of friendship and cooperation between Bahrain and Australia, exploring ways to enhance their relations for the benefit of shared interests and aspirations. They also exchanged views on a range of regional and global issues of mutual concern. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Rashid Al-Zayani, met with the Minister of External Affairs of India, Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, who is on a visit to Bahrain and participated in the Manama Dialogue 2024 and take part in the meeting of the Bahraini-Indian Joint High Committee. They discussed the course of bilateral relations and explored ways to enhance and elevate those relations. They also exchanged views on various regional and international issues, the situation in the Middle East, and the Arab and international efforts aimed at achieving a comprehensive peace in the region. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, met with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Armenia, Ararat Mirzoyan, who is on a visit to the kingdom and participated in the Manama dialogue. They reviewed aspects of bilateral relations which are based on mutual respect and appreciation, and discussed ways to develop these relations and push them towards broader horizons in order to promote mutual goals and interests, in addition to discuss the latest developments in the regional and international arenas and topics of common concern. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, met with the National Security Advisor of the Czech Republic, Thomas Bojar, who is on a visit to the kingdom and participated in the Manama dialogue. They discussed aspects of bilateral cooperation and ongoing joint coordination and reviewed ways to enhance and expand these relations to further mutual interests. They also exchanged views on a number of current regional and international issues of common concern. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, met with the Executive Secretary of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization, the CTBTO, Dr. Robert Floyd, who is on a visit to Bahrain and participated in the Manama dialogue. They discussed aspects of bilateral cooperation between the two sides, as well as the efforts of the organization in verifying the compliance of non-nuclear weapon states and their obligations under the Non-Proliferation Treaty. They also addressed a number of topics of mutual interest. The Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan Tawfiqi, stressed the Celebrate Bahrain 2024 season is an opportunity to emphasize the importance of the role of Bahraini youth as key partners in building the present and shaping the future of Bahrain. She pointed out that Bahraini youth always prove in all national forums that they are a key pillar in Bahrain's continued success, strengthening its position and sustaining its development in various fields. The Minister pointed out that the Youth Empowerment Centers under the supervision of the Youth Ministry will offer 53 different youth programs to coincide to Celebrate Bahrain season. All centers coordinated to organize events and programs throughout the month of December and announced them in a special calendar of the ministry's Instagram account. She pointed out that the role of Bahraini youth is clearly visible through their active participation in various events and activities held in Bahrain. She explained that the participation of Bahraini youth in Bahrain's festive season is not limited to attendance, as they make active contributions to the success of national events. It also gives them the opportunity to showcase their innovations and creations that reflect the culture and identity of Bahrain and enhance national belonging. Bahrain has achieved qualitative contributions in the space sector through a number of successive achievements done by its people. These achievements reflect the support of His Majesty the King and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince. More in this report.
In an era when the world is witnessing an accelerated race towards space exploration, Bahrain stands confidently on the threshold of a promising future, as it seeks to leave a bright footprint through a clear vision and unlimited ambition. The space sector in Bahrain enjoys a great support from His Majesty the King, who believes in the importance of this field as a tributary of scientific and technological progress, and as part of Bahrain's future vision to promote sustainable development and develop a knowledge-based economy. One of Bahrain's visions has already been realized with the launch in 2021 of the joint Bahraini-UAE satellite Daw-1, which is considered a modern nano-satellite whose main mission is to monitor and study gamma rays from thunderstorms. While work is still in full swing to launch Al-Mundhir, the first fully Bahraini satellite and the first of its kind in the Middle East to employ artificial intelligence algorithms. This year, Bahrain also achieved the historic Arab achievement, the first of its kind in the field of lunar exploration, with the Bahraini-Egyptian joint project winning the global competition organized by the Chinese Space Agency to launch the Change 7 lunar exploration mission, scheduled for launch in 2026. All these achievements are backed by young national competencies, which have become an important pillar of Bahrain's future in space science, as the government, headed by His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, provides training programs with international space agencies, confirming Bahrain's endeavor to build a generation capable of innovation in this promising field. The space sector in Bahrain is not just a scientific endeavor, but a mean to serve broader goals. Bahrain continues to weave its own inspiring story in this field, a story whose writers believe that the sky is not the end, but the beginning of a boundless journey.
And to speak more about this, we are joined by the CEO of the National Space Science Agency, Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim Al-Asiri, who delivered the following statement.
The Royal Vision, which aims to place the Kingdom of Bahrain among the leading countries in the space sector, was the cornerstone for developing the national space policy and strategic plans that have paved the way for numerous achievements. These include establishing the Bahrain Space Team, composed of a select group of young Bahrainis who are now the Kingdom's experts in this new sector. They have participated in the design, construction, and launch of the first Bahraini Emirati satellite, Light 1. They are preparing to replicate this success with the launch of the fully Bahraini satellite Al Mundar in the upcoming period. Additionally, the NSSA hosted several high-level specialized conferences and completed over 25 analytical studies based in geospatial data to meet the needs of more than 32 entities. The NSSA's members published nearly 80 scientific papers and have won more than 20 awards. Moreover, the NSSA has successfully garnered international support for its nominees to assume the positions of the second vice chairman of the United Nations Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space, the chairmanship of the Technical Committee under the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs, and the vice chairmanship of the International Astronautical Foundation. The NSSA also contributed to the establishment of the Arab Space Cooperation Group, in which we are currently participating in the implementation of its project, the 813 satellite. Additionally, the NSSA has prepared the draft of the first national space law, among many other achievements. Currently, the NSSA's team is working on 7 different space projects, including the design of a space cybersecurity payload, a second payload that will be installed on a satellite orbiting the moon, a third payload that will be installed on a lunar lander, and the design of a sensor to monitor carbon dioxide emissions from space. Additionally, a national project is being implemented that employs artificial intelligence in remote sensing to build a comprehensive database to serve the kingdom. Soon, the NSSA will launch the first LEO station and will continue to expand national capacity building in a range of key specializations. The NSSA has significant aspirations, including commencing studies for the construction of its main headquarters and expanding the enhancement of international partnerships that will position the kingdom as a leader in several fields. The NSSA also aims to design and construct larger satellites with multiple payloads to meet national needs and transform the space data and imagery analysis laboratory into a regional center. Moreover, the NSSA aspires to succeed in attracting foreign investment. It also aims to direct entrepreneurs to seek new opportunities in the field related to the space industries.
The Kingdom of Bahrain is steadily adopting new technologies, most notably artificial intelligence, to improve government services and develop cadres working in the digital field. More in this report.
The Kingdom of Bahrain is making notable progress in artificial intelligence (AI) through a strategic approach that focuses on developing legislative frameworks. These frameworks are designed to harness AI technologies while safeguarding privacy, data protection, and human rights, all while promoting sustainability and comprehensiveness. A key aspect of Bahrain's AI initiative is to emphasize on national talent for oversight and decision-making, which fosters transparency and ensures that AI system results are communicated clearly, which enhances public understanding of the technology. As a result, Bahrain has successfully launched several services that improve government operations and increase competitiveness. The Kingdom further shows its commitment to AI through initiatives like the His Highness Sheikh Nasser Center for AI Research and Development and the Academy of Artificial Intelligence, which is the first in the Gulf region. Furthermore, competitions such as the Khalid bin Hamad Competition for Innovation in Artificial Intelligence encourage creative solutions. Overall, Bahrain aims to further enhance government efficiency through AI, reflecting its ambition to lead a technological advancement.
In the presence of the Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Labour, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, the 4th Gulf Forum of Labour Federations and Committees, hosted by the Free Trade Union Federation of Bahrain, was launched. More in this report. In order to coordinate the positions of Gulf labour unions and committees in regional and international participations, the 4th Gulf Forum of Labour Unions and Committees in the GCC countries was launched to discuss all strategic ways to ensure the rights of Gulf workers, in addition to reviewing the experiences of each country in this field. In its 4th edition, this forum has become a unified platform for consultation and exchange of visions in various labour affairs, contributing to the development of labour legislation, including social protection systems, intensifying efforts to enhance the participation of women in development, and integrating them in various productive sectors, in addition to upgrading the training and vocational qualification system and consolidating the principles of occupational health and safety. On its 2nd day, the participants will continue to follow up on the formation of the working groups of the Coordinating Council of Gulf Labour Federations and Committees, in addition to setting a date for the meetings of the Coordinating Council of Gulf International Labour Federations and Committees.